Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Lee Van Dam here, and we've got a lot of news to go over. Man, there's a lot of stuff to cover, so let's go ahead and get to it and get it done. First and foremost, keep in mind there's going to be a maintenance on Wednesday, so finish all your daily quest up on Wednesday so you don't get caught up, lose the lapis, lose all the prizes. I've done it before. It's not nice. Made me sad, so be careful. Next, they've got some update videos out for the Halloween event on the official Brave Exvius global YouTube channel, so be sure to check them out. They're typically pretty entertaining. I know they just did a bit on Trustmasters that I thought was pretty good, and so definitely check it out. It gave me some ideas to go over Trustmasters on my own, so I'm putting that research together to see what I like the best and what I think will be the most beneficial for both beginner players and advanced players as well. Or should I say veteran players, because you've been playing for a long time. Speaking of that, this is that video that I was just talking about, so be sure to go check it out. And then once I make mine, I want to discuss it with you and see what your opinions are, see if there are things I may have missed. Would definitely love your input on that discussion. Fantastic news, because right now the rank cap is 150, but the rank cap has now been raised to 200. 200. That is fantastic. Okay. And also the unit cap has been raised to 1500. So if you buy enough slots, well, that is fantastic. You can hold truly an army in there, and that gives us a lot of room to work with, because we're going to need a lot of room for trust moogles, so that way we can combine them, make these mega trust moogles that are 100% just to get it rolling. So I'm excited about that. That is awesome. But let's go over this Halloween stuff, because this is really great. We got some really old school units coming back, and their ability awakenings in some cases are truly ridiculous. I know you may have heard about this from other YouTubers already, but I wanted to talk about it as well, because it is really crazy stuff. And one unit in particular, it's going to be a game changer. So Chamber of Crystals, if you need to finish off some Espers, this weekend's going to be a good weekend to do it. It's going to be in the Vortex. It's going to start on Friday and Monday. You know where to be, so have fun with that if you need to finish up some Espers. Next thing that we've got going on, Bahamut is coming, and we're going to be able to summon him. Oh man. So Bahamut's going to come with Mega Flare, just what we wanted to see. Non-elemental damage to all enemies. Get to explore the dungeon in search of Shadow Bahamut. If we beat Shadow Bahamut, you get rat tails, just like the very first Final Fantasy game, where you give the rat tail to Bahamut, and that is how your class change comes about. Yeah, y'all remember that. Fun times, I'm telling you, fun times. So use the rat tails to challenge Bahamut, and if you can beat him, well, that's great. We'll get to summon him. If not, you'll be dead. That's simple enough. Alright, so we got a high difficulty exploration, Realm of the Dragon King. After clearing up to the Chaotic Darkness, we're going to go to downtown Zoldad, speak with Evan, and Evan's going to unlock the Realm of the Dragon King on the world map. And so they say it's going to be difficult, and it's going to have a really long time to traverse and explore. So bring some tents. There are going to be 3 ways to use tents. Well, different ways to use tents. I'm sorry, I thought that said 3, but that's interesting. Okay. So you only get to take 1 tent. Bring some elixirs, bring everything that you need, and the adventurer at the end of the realm is going to tell us more about that. I am really excited about that. That is crazy. So we're going to get to go after Bahamut and get to summon him. Wow. And that's going to be Thursday after the maintenance, so you'll be able to do that before these new units drop. And man, when these new units drop, we're getting a tank. We're getting a tank that really is like no other tank that we have. He's already been here before. He wasn't that great of a tank last year, but his ability awakenings are going to make him super duper stout. So we're going to go over him last, actually. And I want to start off with Dracu Laswell. He was a damage dealer, and they're coming back on Friday, and it looks like they're going to have their own banner. I don't know if this is going to put the other Halloween units in the pool, but if you like them, you might want to go ahead and summon for them this week in case they disappear next week. I forgot the dates of how long that other banner was going to last, so got to be really careful about that. Now, Dracu Laswell, it's a 5-star base, 6-star max. So one problem with this is that he's going to be competing with Demon Rain as far as you pulling on him. So that's going to make it tough. He's a physical damage dealer. The Vampire Cloak is really good. It's 20 defense, 30 magic, 30 spirit, and 10% physical evade. Can't beat that. That's very nice Trust Master. The things that they're advertising on here are Bat Form, which greatly decreases the chance of being single targeted, which is great. Black Mist costs hit points, and it damages all enemies and has a chance to sleep. I mean, that's okay. It's really not that great because it was dark physical damage with a 1.5 times multiplier, so that's not that strong, and there's only a 25% chance to sleep. So not really that great. If you were to awaken it, then it goes up to a 2.2 times multiplier for the damage, dark physical damage. It only costs 15% of your hit points, and it has a 100% chance to sleep and disease to all enemies. So the disease is really useful. It's minus 10% to all stats. The sleep, not so much. A lot of stuff you'll want to use it on, it's going to already be immune to sleep, so it's going to be alright. Now, Nightmare Assault, it's a damage dealing ability, and it also reduces attack, defense, and ice resistance for one enemy. So on paper, this is a really good attack. If you maximize it with the ability awakenings and get to level 2, it's a physical damage with a 3 times multiplier, 50% attack defense break, and it decreases ice resistance 75% for 3 turns to one enemy. So that's definitely not bad. That is not bad at all. The other things that he gets that can be awakened is his attack plus 20% awakens to attack plus 20% plus 2. It gives him a total of 60% attack and 30% hit point boost when equipped with a katana. So that turns into a really nice boost to help out with his attack stat. So that's really, really good. You couple that with katana mastery, and you've got a really competent damage dealer by the numbers. So that is good. Bloodlust, if you level it all the way up to 2, you've got hybrid damage, 2.5 times multiplier, and you get some hit point drain and magic point drain. So it's like an upgraded version to Lance. It's not really that expensive, but as you can see, he really doesn't have a hold or two once you awaken him. But if you don't have a lot of damage dealers, he can definitely get the job done. Limit burst is the same as your Sky, so it's the same as Laswell. Maxes out at a 3.9 times multiplier versus all enemies. It is ice damage, so if you want to set that up, you want to set that up with with Nightmare Assault, so that way you can lower their ice resist to make it deal a lot more damage. So he's got a couple of issues because he really can't capitalize on the breaks that he causes as much as anybody else. So that's one of those things that keeps him from being super high tier in the damage dealing department. Next, we've got White Witch Fina. Now, White Witch Fina was an interesting healer when she came out. She was the first healer to actually have a way to restore magic points for everybody through ritual. And so she was very good for that. She wasn't really a high tier healer because she didn't have a whole lot of other tools besides that, but that made her unique since she could be a magic point battery back in the day. She does have raise. Other than that, her skills are almost the same as Fina was back when the game came out, so not that great. When you awaken her abilities, Ritual can get up to a 50% hit point, 25% magic point as far as healing for everybody, so that's good. Divine Burst, really not going to be using it, but it 3 times multiplier to all enemies and additional 2.5 times multiplier if they're undead. So that's not bad. Definitely some things that on paper are not bad, but you're really not going to be using her for attacks most of the time, unless you really outfit her for that. Trustmaster is still a good bow, 80 points of attack, 40 points of spirit, two-handed, enables bird killer and undead killer, so it does augment, you know, her purpose, which is to kill undead and healing. So it's really nice, very nice. Her spirit plus 20%, magic point plus 10%. When you awaken this ability, it decreases the chance of her being targeted by 50%, and it gives her basically a double hand for spirit when single wielding any weapon. So her bow could be cool, but she'd also work better with a high spirit staff, like the holy staff that we're getting a hold of from the 10-man fight. And so she's pretty nice. You know, the ability awakenings help her out and make her more of a, I guess, competent healer, but she's still the off healer at best. She just doesn't have the tools to really keep a party going. And so that's going to be the big problem she has. If she is your main healer, you don't want to invest your time and your resources into someone else. But as an off healer, she's really good. Now let's get to the man. Let's get to the myth. Let's get to the now soon to be legendary Demon Rain. Now this cat right here, it was interesting when he came out because he was a tank that could cover. He has counterattacks. He had double hand, and so he had a lot of things that really helped him in the tanking department. But some of the problems he had was he didn't have a high chance to cover. Demonic cover was only a 15% chance. Service guard was only a 40% chance as well, and it gave him poor mitigation. 25% physical, 25% magic. Now, he had a really high chance to counterattack, and so he could help you deal some damage if he was the one taking the hits. Just coupling him with Illusionist Nicole alone really ups his stock with how much he counters. But let's check out these ability awakenings because they are nasty. So he is 5-star base, 6-star max. You're going to be pulling against Dracul Laswell if you don't already have him, so I wish you luck. I'd definitely love to get him because this stuff is crazy. We'll start off with counter. Now keep in mind, he has an increased rate to counter already. So his chance to counter, when you level it up to level 2, the base chance to counter attacks becomes 40% with a 3x multiplier for the damage. And it also increases the critical rate by 30%. That is rough. So he could have up to a 4.5x multiplier on the attack before anything else is going on. That is nasty. And that's just on the counter. Do you know how many times he could end up countering if he takes all of the attacks in a round? Disgusting. Just disgusting. And you know, he's got an increased chance to counter, so the 40% is the base. So he's really countering more often than it looks like on paper. So you got to keep that in mind. This guy's like snow in the countering department. So if you can get him to take all the hits for you, he will definitely reward you with some damage. Now double hand's going to be amazing too. You know, once you get it to +2, increases the equipment attack by 150 single wielding any weapon, and the accuracy is increased by 25%. Keep in mind that two-handed attacks, two-handed weapons don't necessarily count, but it's going to increase the accuracy just like if you were wielding a two-handed weapon. So that is really nice. It's not very expensive. You probably already have all the crysts because there's not a whole bunch of stuff to spend tech cryst on, and just like counter, it's not a whole bunch of stuff to spend guard cryst on. So if you get Demon Rain, this is where all your money is going to go. Now, Defend used to be basically guard, but it was a spell, so there's not a real reason to cast it. But now there's going to be. Level 1 makes it a 100% provoke for 1 turn, along with the 50% damage mitigation. Level 2 makes it a 100% provoke for 3 turns with 50% mitigation. So Defend +2 plus Illusionist Nicole making him the cover tank. He's not taking a whole lot of damage, and he's going to come back with a vengeance and really murk some people. Demonic Fury, When you level it up to +2, increases hit points by 30%. That is nice by itself. And it also increases the attack and defense he has by 120% when his hit points drop below 50%. That is crazy, and that is not hard to do. And once he's got that attack boost, it's off to the races even more. I mean, he's just got so many ways to increase his damage that it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Last but not least, we got Ignite. Now, Ignite increases the attacking magic of the whole team, and once you level it up to level 2, it increases the attacking magic of the whole team by 80%. So that's one of the higher buffs in the game right off the bat, and it gives you access to 2 abilities for 3 turns. Those 2 abilities are Inner Fire and Demon's Wrath. Now, Demon's Wrath is a 5 times multiplier physical damage ability that's 1 hit. So once Demon's Wrath is out, he becomes a chain finisher for you. How crazy is that? And then Inner Fire is a special ability for him where it increases his spirit by 80% in case he needs help mitigating damage from magic attacks, and he refreshes MP over 5 turns. So he gets his MP back that he casts to use the skill and boosts his spirit. So almost every single hole that Demon Rain had last year has been covered up with the ability Awakenings. He is super gross, and he is definitely going to be the man. If you've got the money and the crisp to spend, this is definitely going to be the man. And so I hope I pull him. I'm not going to try that hard because it's going to be a hard banner to pull on. But if you get him, I'm excited for you because he is going to wreck shop in every aspect possible. Wow. I'm telling you, that nasty. Just disgusting, wonderful. Can't wait to see him in action. Let me know what you think of all these units in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Bahamut coming through. I'm excited. I am ready to go on Thursday. And I wish you all the luck in getting hold of Demon Rain, especially if you don't have a tank yet. Because if you can get him, a lot of your worries are going to go away. And I'm real happy for you. But as usual, I appreciate you coming by. That's going to be it for today. If you like this, throw me a like. If you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do so. Of course, appreciate my man Drum Gang for the beats. Love you, man. Fantastic stuff. Until next time, guys, this is Lee Van Dam. You all take care. God bless. And I'll see you.